Have you noticed something shifting as the new year begins? Not the usual resolutions, but something quieter, deeper. A voice inside that whispers, "What about me? When do I finally choose myself?" You've spent decades being the answer to everyone else's questions. The reliable one, the caregiver, the one who bends so others don't have to break. And now, perhaps for the first time in 70 years, you're beginning to wonder if there's another way to live. The Buddha taught something radical. He said, "You yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your own love and attention, not your children, not your spouse. This isn't selfishness. This is wisdom. This is the doorway to the peace you've been seeking in everyone else's approval." As 2026 unfolds, what if this could be the year you finally turn toward yourself? Not with guilt, but with the gentle recognition that choosing yourself is how you save your precious, irreplaceable life. Stay with me. These 8 Buddhist lessons will show you the way home. Lesson 1. Stop abandoning yourself to please others. There's a moment many people experience in their 60s and 70s that arrives without warning. You're sitting at a family dinner, nodding along, agreeing to something you don't want to do, and suddenly you hear it. A small voice inside asking, "Why am I still doing this?" After 70 years of saying yes when you mean no, of smiling when you're hurting, of putting yourself last on a list that never ends, that voice becomes impossible to ignore. The Buddha called this dukkha, suffering that arises from living against your own truth. How many holiday dinners have you hosted, not because you wanted to, but because you felt obligated? How many requests have you agreed to, while your body screamed no? After decades of performing for approval, the exhaustion becomes unbearable. This is the invisible prison so many elders live in, the belief that your worth is measured by what you provide, that if you stop performing, people will stop loving you. The Buddha taught that attachment to pleasing others is a form of self-abandonment. When you constantly mold yourself to fit other people's expectations, you lose contact with your own heart. You become a stranger to yourself. There's a Buddhist parable about a merchant who spent his whole life gathering pearls for others. He traveled to distant islands, dove into dangerous waters, risked everything to find the most beautiful pearls, but he never kept a single one. When he was old and dying, someone asked him, "Do you have any pearls for yourself?" He looked down at his empty hands and wept. You are that merchant. Every time you say yes when your body says no, you give away another pearl. Every time you silence your truth to keep the peace, you abandon yourself a little more. Here's what needs to shift. Choosing yourself is not betrayal. It's honoring the one person you'll spend every single moment of your life with. You. Try this practice the Buddha taught his disciples. Each morning before you rise from bed, place your hand on your heart. Feel it beating. Then whisper, "Today, I will not abandon myself." When someone asks something of you, pause. Take one full breath. Ask yourself, does this nourish me or deplete me? If it depletes you and isn't truly necessary, practice the sacred word, no. You don't need to explain. You don't need to justify. No is a complete sentence. I'm not able to do that is compassion for yourself. This practice rewires decades of conditioning. At first, guilt will rise like a flood. That's normal. The guilt is the old pattern dying. Breathe through it. The Buddha reminded us, attachment to pleasing others creates suffering. Freedom comes from honoring your truth. Many people discover that when they finally set boundaries, the world doesn't end. Family adapts, friends adjust, and for the first time in decades, they can breathe freely. One woman told me she'd been hosting Thanksgiving for 50 years, cooking for 30 people, cleaning for days. When she finally told her family she needed help, or couldn't do it anymore. Her daughter simply said, "Mom, we never knew you felt that way. We thought you loved doing it." The burden we carry is often heavier than what others would ever ask us to carry. We imprison ourselves. The world will not end when you choose yourself. It will expand. You'll discover that the love you feared losing was never conditional on your exhaustion, and the relationships that do fade when you set boundaries, those were never built on love. They were built on your depletion. Choosing yourself is not selfish, it's sacred. Lesson 2. Detach from comparison and walk your own path. Have you ever caught yourself measuring your life against someone else's? You scroll through photos of your friend's vacation, their children's achievements, their seemingly perfect retirement, and something contracts inside your chest. Suddenly your life feels smaller, less significant, not enough. The Buddha spoke directly to this suffering. He said, "Do not compare yourself with others. You are unique. Your path is yours alone." Yet comparison has become a silent thief, stealing joy from what should be your most peaceful years. Perhaps you watch old friends traveling the world while you stay home on a fixed income. Maybe you see former colleagues receiving awards while you feel forgotten. Or you notice how your sister's children visit every week while yours barely call. The comparisons multiply, and with them, the sense that somehow you chose wrong, lived wrong, ended up on the losing side of life. But here's the Buddhist truth. There is no right path. There is only your path. The Buddha himself walked away from a palace to sit under a tree. Was that the right path for him? Yes. For everyone? No. Comparison is a form of violence against yourself. When you measure your journey against someone else's, you're comparing your insides to their outsides. You're comparing your doubts, fears, and private struggles to their curated highlights. This is like comparing the roots of your tree to the visible branches of theirs. There's a Zen story about two monks walking through a forest. One monk kept looking at the other monk's stride, trying to match his pace, copy his steps. He stumbled constantly. The master, watching them, said, "Walk with your own feet. The path reveals itself to those who look down at your own steps, not sideways at others." Your 70s are not the time to wish you'd lived someone else's life. This is the season to honor the life you actually lived, with all its unexpected turns, its losses, its quiet victories that no one applauded. The Dharma teaches us about anatta, non-self. This means there is no fixed identity to defend or prove. You are not your achievements. You are not your bank account. You are not your children's success. You are awareness itself, witnessing life unfold. When you stop comparing, something miraculous happens. You begin to see your own life clearly, perhaps for the first time. The small moments, the garden you tended, the students you taught, the kindness you offered when no one was watching. These were never small. They were your Dharma, your unique contribution. The practice is simple. When comparison arises, pause and silently say, "Not my path is here." Then redirect your attention to something you're grateful for in your own life right now. Not what you wish you had, what you actually have. The Buddha said, "No one saves us but ourselves. No one can and no one may. We ourselves must walk the path." This isn't isolation. It's freedom. Your path doesn't need to be better than anyone else's. It only needs to be true. Many people discover that when they stop comparing, they're finally free to appreciate their own journey. The modest retirement becomes enough. The quiet life becomes rich. The path that seemed like failure reveals itself as exactly what was needed for your soul's growth. Your path isn't wrong, it's yours, and that makes it sacred. Lesson 3. Release the need to control what is not yours to carry. There's a weight many people carry that has no physical form but feels heavier than stone. It's the weight of trying to control what was never yours to control. your adult children's choices, other people's opinions, the aging process itself, the uncertain future. The Buddha observed this universal suffering and taught, you only lose what you cling to. Yet so many of us reach our 70s still gripping tightly to people, outcomes and circumstances that are beyond our reach. Perhaps your son is going through a difficult divorce and you lie awake worrying. Maybe your daughter made financial decisions you consider reckless, or your grandchildren are being raised differently than you think they should be. You spend your days anxious, planning, trying to fix situations you have no power to change. I'm their mother, you tell yourself. If I don't worry about them, who will? But worry is not love. Control is not care. This is the illusion that creates so much suffering in the later years of life. In Buddhist teaching, there's a practice called upeksha, equanimity. It means seeing clearly what is yours to carry and what belongs to others. Your adult children's lives are not yours to carry. Their mistakes, their lessons, their growth, these are their spiritual journey, not yours. There's a Buddhist parable that illustrates this perfectly. A student came to his teacher, carrying 2 heavy stones, one in each hand. Master, he said, I carry my mother's pain in this hand, and my brother's failures in this hand. They weigh me down. The teacher looked at him with compassion and said, Did they ask you to carry these stones? No, the student replied. Then why do you insist on suffering beneath a burden that was never yours to lift? This is the question you must ask yourself. What am I carrying that was never mine to carry? The truth is this: you cannot live other people's lives for them. You cannot protect them from every mistake. You cannot control outcomes through sheer force of worry. All you can do is offer love when it's welcomed, and let go when it's time to release. The Buddha taught that attachment to controlling others creates immense suffering for everyone involved. When you try to control another person's path, you deny them the dignity of their own mistakes and discoveries. And while you're busy managing everyone else's life, who is tending to yours? Here's a Buddhist practice for releasing control. Sit quietly and bring to mind something you've been trying to control. Perhaps it's your daughter's parenting style, your son's career choice, a friend's health decisions. Place one hand on your heart. Take a deep breath, then silently say, "This is not mine to carry. I release it with love." Visualize yourself setting down a heavy stone. Feel the weight leave your hands. Notice the space this creates. Space for peace, for your own life, for presence. Repeat this whenever the urge to control rises. Not mine to carry. This doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you care wisely. You offer support when asked. You share your wisdom when it's welcomed. But you stop exhausting yourself trying to control outcomes you were never meant to control. What can you change? Your own thoughts, words, and actions. Your own response to life. Your own inner peace. What can't you change? Other people's choices. The past. The inevitable unfolding of impermanence. Many people discover that when they finally release control, their relationships actually improve. Children feel less pressure. Communication becomes more honest. And that space you create by letting go, it fills with peace. Release what is not yours to carry. Breathe again. Lesson 4. Heal before you harden. There's a moment in aging when you face a choice. You can let pain soften you, or let it harden you. You can allow grief to crack your heart open, or seal it shut. Most people don't realize they're making this choice. It happens gradually, invisibly, over years of unprocessed hurt. The Buddha taught that suffering is inevitable, but how we meet it determines whether we grow bitter or become wise. He said, "Holding on to anger is like grasping a hot coal with the intent of throwing it at someone else. You are the one who gets burned. Perhaps you carry a resentment from decades ago, a sister who betrayed you over a family inheritance, a friend who disappointed you when you needed them most, a spouse who chose someone else. For years you've refused to let it go, believing that holding the grudge somehow protects you or punishes them. But here's what unhealed pain does. It doesn't punish the people who hurt you. It punishes you. It turns your heart into armor. And armor, while it protects, also imprisons. Buddhist psychology teaches that when we refuse to heal, we create what's called samskara, deep mental grooves that keep us trapped in patterns of suffering. Every time we rehearse our hurt, we deepen the groove. Every time we refuse forgiveness, we strengthen the prison. There's a Buddhist story of a monk who carried a woman across a river. His companion monk was scandalized. Monks weren't supposed to touch women. Hours later, the companion was still complaining. Finally, the first monk said, "I set her down on the riverbank. Why are you still carrying her? What are you still carrying? What wound from decades ago are you nursing, believing it keeps you safe, when really it keeps you small?" Healing doesn't mean forgetting. It doesn't mean what happened was okay. It means you refuse to let old pain poison the years you have left. The Buddha's teaching is clear. You will not be punished for your anger. You will be punished by your anger. Consider what happens when people finally release old grudges. They don't suddenly condone the betrayal or pretend it didn't hurt, but they stop giving that old wound power over their present peace. They discover that forgiveness isn't about the other person at all. It's about freeing themselves from a prison they've been locked in for years. The Buddha said, "Hatred never ceases by hatred, but by love alone is healed." This is an ancient and eternal law. Some people spend their final years bitter, hard, isolated, not because life dealt them worse cards than others, but because they chose to harden around their pain instead of soften. They miss reconciliation opportunities, reject connection, build walls so high that even love can't find a way in. Others choose differently. They sit with their pain. They cry for the first time in 40 years. They write letters they never send, releasing what was never said. They go to graves and speak forgiveness into the air, and slowly the armor cracks. The heart remembers how to beat softly again. Your heart is not meant to be stone. It's meant to be water flowing, responsive, capable of nourishing life, even after being frozen. Heal now while there's still time, before the hardness becomes permanent. Lesson 5. Simplify your life to hear your inner voice. In the noise of modern life, even in retirement, something essential gets drowned out. Your own inner voice. The quiet knowing that has lived inside you for 70 years, waiting patiently to be heard. The Buddha often retreated into silence, not to escape life, but to hear truth beneath the noise. He taught that wisdom doesn't come from accumulating more knowledge, more possessions, more activities. It comes from subtraction, from stripping away what obscures the essential. Look around your home right now. How many objects do you own that you haven't touched in years? How many commitments fill your calendar that drain rather than nourish you? How much mental clutter, worries, plans, endless thoughts occupies the space where peace should live? Many people discover that downsizing their physical space creates clarity they never expected. When they release 3/4 of their possessions, it's like removing static from a radio. Suddenly they can hear themselves think again. They can hear what they actually want, not what they thought they should want. This is what simplicity offers, not deprivation but liberation. The Buddha lived with only a begging bowl and robes, not because poverty is holy, but because he understood that every object we own also owns a piece of our attention. In Buddhist practice, there's a concept called aparigraha, non-grasping. It means holding life lightly, not clinging to possessions, roles, or identities, creating space for what matters by releasing what doesn't. Here's what most people discover when they simplify. They've been using clutter as distraction. A full house, a busy schedule, endless obligations. These things prevent the uncomfortable silence where real questions live. Questions like, am I happy? Am I living authentically? What do I actually want in the years I have left? There's a Zen story about a master whose only possessions were a cup and a robe. When a student asked, "Don't you want more?" the master replied, "I already have everything I need to be free." Freedom, not accumulation. Clarity, not clutter. This is the path. Begin small. Choose one area this week. A drawer, a closet, a shelf. As you go through it, ask, does this object serve my life now, or is it serving my past? If it's serving the past, old clothes, old roles, old versions of yourself, thank it for what it was and release it. The Buddha taught, he who knows he has enough is rich. You have enough, more than enough. What you need now is less. Less noise, less obligation, less stuff, less everything except peace. Practice daily silence too. 10 minutes each morning where you do nothing. No phone, no TV, no reading, no planning. Just sit, breathe, listen. At first your mind will scream with resistance. It's been trained for 70 years to stay busy. But beneath the noise, your inner voice is waiting. It knows what you need. It knows what brings you joy. It knows what's true. Many people discover that when they simplify their environment, their mind simplifies too. They can think clearly. They can feel clearly. They know what matters. What matters is not more. What matters is you, finally able to hear yourself without the static of a cluttered life, drowning out your own wisdom. Simplify, listen, return to yourself. Lesson 6. Practice non-attachment without closing your heart. One of the most misunderstood Buddhist teachings is non-attachment. People hear it and think, I must stop caring. I must become cold, distant, protected. But this is the opposite of what the Buddha taught. Non-attachment doesn't mean withdrawing your love. It means loving fully, while understanding that everything changes. It means holding people, moments, and life itself with open hands instead of clenched fists. The Buddha said, in the end, only 3 things matter: how much you loved, how gently you lived, and how gracefully you let go of things not meant for you. Love fully, live gently, let go gracefully. This is non-attachment with an open heart. Helen, 74, lost her husband of 52 years. Friends told her, you need to let go, move on, don't be attached. Their words, though well-meaning, felt cruel. Was she supposed to stop loving him? But a Buddhist teacher helped Helen understand the distinction. You can love him forever, the teacher said. Attachment isn't love. Attachment is the demand that things remain unchanged. It's the resistance to reality. You can hold love in your heart and still accept that he's gone. This understanding changed everything for Helen. She didn't have to choose between loving him and healing. She could do both. Non-attachment means recognizing that everything in life is impermanent. Your health will change, your children will grow and create their own lives. Friends will move away or pass on. Your own body will continue aging. These truths aren't punishments. They're the nature of existence, what Buddhists call anicca, impermanence. When you resist impermanence, you suffer. When you accept it, you're free to love without fear, knowing that loss is part of the deal. But so is the precious gift of having loved at all. There's a beautiful Buddhist parable about a woman whose child died, consumed by grief. She carried the body from house to house, begging for medicine to bring the child back to life. Finally, she came to the Buddha. He told her, "Bring me a mustard seed from a household that has never known death." She searched every home in the village. Every family had lost someone, a parent, a child, a spouse, a friend. When she returned to the Buddha, she understood. Loss is universal. Grief is the price of love. And love, even with its inevitable loss, is worth it. Non-attachment doesn't mean loving less. It means loving with wisdom. It means knowing that nothing is permanent and loving anyway. It means holding joy when it comes and releasing it when it goes, without grasping, without demanding more than this moment offers. The Buddha taught metta, loving kindness. You direct phrases of goodwill toward all beings. May you be safe. May you be healthy. May you be happy. May you live with ease. Notice the wording, not, "I will make you safe," not, "You must be happy." Just genuine wishes for their well-being, without attachment to controlling the outcome. This is how you love, with an open heart in your 70s. You care deeply. You show up. You offer kindness, but you don't cling. You don't demand that people or circumstances remain frozen in time to match your preferences. Helen visits her husband's grave every week. She talks to him, brings flowers, sits in remembrance. But she's also joined a grief group, started painting again, made new friends. She loves him still. She always will. But she's not attached to the fantasy that life stopped when he died. "I'm learning," she told me, "that grief and joy can live in the same heart, that I can miss him and still laugh." That non-attachment doesn't mean closing off. It means staying open even when it hurts. This is the wisdom of an open heart. Love everything, cling to nothing. Let life flow through you, like water through open hands. Lesson 7. Release the identity you've outgrown. Who are you when you're no longer who you've always been? This is the question that haunts many people in their 60s and 70s. The roles that defined you, parent, professional, caregiver, provider, begin to fade. And underneath you wonder, who am I now? The Buddha taught the principle of anatta, no permanent self. This is one of the most liberating and terrifying truths in all of Buddhism. There is no fixed identity, no solid you that remains unchanging. You are a process, not a thing. A river, not a rock. Think about it. The person you were at 20 is not who you are at 70. Different body, different thoughts, different values, different dreams. So which version is the real you? Buddhist wisdom says none of them and all of them. You are always becoming. But we cling to identity like a life raft. I am a mother. I am a teacher. I am strong, independent, capable. When those identities no longer fit, we panic. We try to force ourselves back into old shapes, like wearing shoes 2 sizes too small. Perhaps you were a surgeon for 40 years. After retirement, you struggle with feeling like nobody. I used to save lives. Now I just exist. Or maybe you were the family matriarch, and now your children are busy with their own lives. The role that defined you for decades has dissolved, leaving you wondering what now. But slowly, through Buddhist practice, you can begin to see that you aren't the role. You are the awareness beneath all roles. The surgeon, the mother, the provider, these were things you did, not what you are. And when those roles end, you don't disappear. You simply have the opportunity to discover new dimensions of yourself. Many people find new purpose, not through titles but through simple presence, volunteering, listening, sitting with others in their pain, being a compassionate witness to life. You don't need a title to matter. You don't need a role to contribute. You can just show up as yourself, whatever that means today. This is the gift of releasing old identities. You discover that you're more than any single role. You're the space in which all roles appear and disappear.
Stand.
You're the awareness that witnesses life unfolding. The Buddha's teaching is clear. Attachment to identity creates suffering. When you cling to who you used to be, you resist who you are becoming. And that resistance is exhausting. There's a Zen story about a master who asked his student, "Who were you before your parents were born?" The student was confused. The master said, "Exactly. Find that original self, the self that exists before all labels, all roles, all identities. That is your true nature. Your true nature isn't mother, father, professional, success, failure. It's awareness itself. Pure, unchanging consciousness that has been with you since birth and will remain until death. Everything else is temporary clothing." The practice is simple. When you catch yourself saying, "I am no longer," or "I used to be," pause. Then whisper, "I was this, and now I am becoming something new." Feel the spaciousness this creates. The Buddha said, "All things arise and pass away." When you see this, you are above sorrow. This is the shining way. Your old identities served you beautifully. They were the skin the snake needed when it was smaller. But now you're growing. Now you're shedding. Now you're becoming. Who are you beneath the roles? Spend these precious years finding out. Not by adding new identities, but by resting in the awareness that was there all along. Release who you were. Meet who you are. Welcome who you're becoming. Lesson 8. Live gently. Return to yourself every day. After all the lessons, after all the practice, this is what remains: the art of living gently, of treating yourself not as a problem to fix, but as a being to befriend, of returning home to yourself again and again with patience and compassion. The Buddha's final teaching to his disciples was this: be a lamp unto yourself, not to others first, to yourself. You are the light you've been seeking in everyone else's approval, everyone else's love, everyone else's validation. This 8th lesson contains all the others. When you live gently with yourself, you naturally stop abandoning yourself to please others. You naturally release comparison, control, and old identities. You naturally choose simplicity and healing. Gentleness becomes the foundation of everything. But what does it mean to live gently? It means speaking to yourself the way you'd speak to a beloved friend. Not with criticism and harshness, but with encouragement and understanding. It means moving through your day without urgency, without the constant pressure to prove or produce or perform. It means allowing yourself to rest without guilt, to say no without explanation, to choose peace over productivity. Ruth, 77, lived her whole life like she was running a race. Even in retirement, I kept pushing, kept doing, kept striving, until one day my body simply refused. I got so sick I couldn't get out of bed for weeks. That forced rest taught Ruth what decades of Buddhist books hadn't. The body knows. The body will stop you if you won't stop yourself. And when you finally listen, when you finally slow down, you discover that life was never asking you to rush. I started treating myself like I mattered, Ruth said. Like I was someone worth caring for. It sounds simple, but it changed everything. The Buddha taught loving kindness, metta, not just for others but for ourselves. Each day return to this simple practice. Place your hand on your heart. Breathe. Say quietly, "May I be safe. May I be healthy. May I be happy. May I live with ease." These aren't just words. They're a commitment to yourself, to the person who has walked with you through every moment of your 70 years, the person who deserves your kindness most of all. Living gently means creating small rituals that honor your humanity. A quiet cup of tea in the morning, a moment of gratitude before sleep, a walk without destination. These aren't luxuries. They're necessities for a soul that has worked hard for so long. The Buddha taught, that the present moment is all we ever have, not yesterday, not tomorrow. This breath, this heartbeat, this chance to be kind to yourself right now. The path is walked step by step, breath by breath. You don't need to transform everything at once. You just need to return. Return to yourself when you've wandered. Return to gentleness when you've been harsh. Return to peace when you've been scattered. Every morning is a new invitation. Every breath is another chance. Every moment you're alive, you can choose. Will I be gentle with myself today? Ruth ended our conversation with something I'll never forget. I spent 70 years trying to earn my place in the world. Now I'm learning I was always enough, not because of what I did, just because I am. You are enough, not because of your achievements or your roles, or what you've given to others. You are enough because you exist, because you breathe, because you are a small, temporary, precious expression of the universe. Knowing itself, return to yourself, again and again, with gentleness, with patience, with love. We've walked through 8 teachings together, each one an invitation to finally choose yourself. From learning to stop abandoning yourself for others' approval, to discovering that you can love fully without clinging. From releasing control over what was never yours to carry, to understanding that healing happens when you soften instead of harden. From simplifying your life so your inner voice can finally be heard, to letting go of identities that no longer fit. And through it all, the practice of returning to yourself with gentleness every single day. These aren't lessons to master, they're invitations to live differently, starting this very moment. Perhaps tomorrow morning you'll try the hand-on-heart practice, those 4 simple meta phrases that remind you of your inherent worth. Perhaps you'll pause before saying yes to something that depletes you and practice the sacred art of no. Perhaps you'll release one old identity and make space for who you're becoming. Even one small shift ripples outward, changing everything. As 2026 unfolds, you have a choice. You can continue living for everyone else, carrying what's not yours, comparing yourself to others, holding on to old wounds and outdated versions of yourself. Or you can choose the Buddhist path, turning inward, choosing yourself, living with gentle awareness. If these teachings touched something in you, I invite you to walk this path with our Sangha. Subscribe to Quiet Wisdom so these ancient Dharma teachings can continue finding you when you need them most. More than 86,000 souls are already here, learning to age with wisdom and peace instead of fear and regret. Before you go, leave a comment below. Which of these 8 lessons spoke to you most? Just type the number or share a few words about what shifted for you. Your voice helps others feel less alone on this journey. May you finally choose yourself in 2026. May you walk your own path without apology. May you release what is not yours to carry and embrace what has always been yours to love, yourself. May you live gently, return to yourself daily, and know in your bones what the Buddha taught. You yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your own love and attention. Be a lamp unto yourself,